Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Easy Learning. In this video, we can see the important concepts from grade 10 civics topic outcomes of democracy. First, we can see what is meant by democracy. The word democracy has been derived from two Greek words demos and kratia. Demos means the people and kratia means power. Thus, democracy is a form of government in which the administration of the country is run by the representatives who are elected by the people. In the words of Abraham Lincoln, democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. There are different forms of government in the world like democracy, monarchy, republic, and totalitarianism, and so on. From these governments, we feel that democracy is better. Let's see why democracy is better than other forms of government. First point, democracy promotes equality among citizens. See, democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. In democracy, all citizens have equal rights. No individual can be discriminated against on the basis of their religion, race, caste, place of birth, or whether they are male or female. All people are free from discrimination. Everyone has access to all public places. Second point, democracy enhances the dignity of the individual. One of the essential features of democracy is that it enhances the dignity of citizens by providing them equal status and equal opportunity. This form of government respects each and every individual irrespective of their social and economic status. It also enables them to respect themselves. Third point, democracy improves the quality of decision making. A democratic decision always involves many persons, discussions, and meetings. As most of the decisions are taken by discussions, this reduces the chances of rash or irresponsible decisions. We know that democracy is a government that is elected by and for the people. As a result, in a democratic country, what the people think matter a lot. Fourth point, democracy provides a method to resolve conflicts. Democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts as different people have different opinions and interests. We know that people belong to different region, speak different language, practice different religions, and have different caste. The preferences of one group can clash with those of other groups. So democracy provides the only peaceful solution to this problem. In democracy, no one is permanent winner, no one is a permanent loser. Different groups can live with one another peacefully. In a diverse country like India, democracy allows different kinds of people to live together. Fifth point, democracy allows room to correct mistakes. In a democracy, mistakes cannot be completely eliminated, but the mistake made by government cannot be hidden for long. There is a space for public discussion on these mistakes and there is room for correction. Either the rulers have to change their decision or they can be changed. I hope now you have understood the concept why democracy is better than other form of government. Now we can see the next concept, accountable, responsive and legitimate government. In a democracy, we are most concerned with ensuring that people will have the right to choose their rulers and people will have control over the rulers. Whenever possible and necessary, citizens should be able to participate in decision making that affects them all. Therefore, the most basic outcome of democracy should be that it produces a government that is accountable to the citizens and responsive to the needs and expectations of the citizens. Sometime you may ask this question, is the democratic government efficient? Is it effective? Some people think that democracy produces less effective government. It is, of course, true that non democratic rulers do not have to bother about deliberations in assemblies or worry about majorities and public opinion. So they can be very quick and efficient in decision making and implementation. Democracy is based on the idea of deliberation and negotiation. So some delay is bound to take place. Imagine a government that may take decisions very fast, but it may take decisions that are not accepted by the people and may therefore face so many problems. In contrast, the democratic government will take more time to follow procedures before arriving at a decision. Dear viewers, you know that in democracy, generally all decisions are taken in parliament after long debates and discussions. Before taking any decision, the views of the members of the parliament are taken into consideration. Sometimes committees are formed on important issues, which causes further delay in decision making. When the decisions are over, voting is taken, which is also taken some time. But because the democratic government has followed procedures and taken the decision after deliberation and negotiations, its decisions are most acceptable to the people. The procedure may be costly and may be time taking, but it's more acceptable. See, in democracy, if a citizen wants to know the right procedure, he can know. He or she has the right and the means to examine the process of decision making. This is known as transparency, the most important feature of democracy. The democratic government is expected to develop a mechanism so that a citizen can hold the government accountable. The Right to Information Act RTI that is passed by the Indian Parliament is best example for this transparency. Next concept is economic growth and development. If democracies are expected to produce good governments, then is it not fair to expect that they would also produce development? Evidence shows that in practice, many democracies did not fulfill this expectation. If you consider all democracies and all dictatorships for the 50 years between 1950 and 2000, dictatorships have slightly higher rate of economic growth. The inability of democracy to achieve higher economic development worries us. But this alone cannot be reason to reject democracy. You know that economic development depends on several factors: countries, population size, global situation, cooperation from other countries, economic priorities adopted by the country, etc. Overall, we cannot say that democracy is a guarantee of economic development, but we can expect democracy not to lag behind dictatorship in this respect. We can see next concept, reduction of inequality and poverty. In actual life, democracies do not appear to be very successful in reducing economic inequalities. A small number of rich section of country owns huge resources and a share of wealth and income. Their share in the total income is increasing. Those at the bottom of the society do not have equal access to economic and natural resources as compared to their richer section of the society. Their income have been declining. Sometimes it is difficult for them to procure basic needs of life such as food, clothing, house, education, and health. Democracy does not appear to be very successful in reducing economic equality. Democratically elected government do not care about reducing poverty in the way it should have been done. Situation in some country is much more worse, such as Bangladesh and Nepal. Some countries are dependent on rich countries even for their food supplies. Now we can see how far democracy has reduced poverty in India. See, like most of other democratic countries, poverty has not been reduced in India. Although the rich are growing richer, a large majority of the people are very poor and it find it very difficult to meet their basic necessities like food, clothing and shelter. A large number of people they are living in slums and camps where their living conditions are very bad. The number of unemployed youth has been increasing day by day. Even the educated ones are not finding job. So we can say that poverty has not been reduced in India and the gap between rich and poor is increasing every day. We can see next concept accommodation of social diversity. Democracy is best suited to produce this outcome accommodation of social diversity. Ability to handle social differences, divisions, and conflicts is a definite plus point of democracy. But the example of Sri Lanka reminds us that a democracy must fulfill two conditions in order to achieve this outcome. First one, it should be understood that democracy is not simply a rule by majority opinion. There is a need to work with the minority so that a general view can be represented. Minority and majority views are not permanent. Second one, rule by majority does not become rule by majority community in terms of religion or race or linguistic group. Democracy will be democracy as long as every citizen has a chance of being in majority at some point of time. If someone is barred from being in majority on the basis of birth, then the democratic rule ceases to be accommodative for that person or group. Next, we can see the concept dignity and freedom of the citizen. Democracy is much more superior to any other form of government in promoting dignity and freedom of individuals. The passion for respect and freedom are the basis of democracy. This principle is universally recognized. Most societies are male dominated and women do not get equal chance. In democracies, equal respect and treatment to women has been accepted. Democracies, especially in countries with diversities like India, have recognized the claims of the backwards and disadvantaged sections of society, and they are granted equal status and opportunities. There are instances still of caste based inequalities and atrocities, but these lack the moral and legal foundations. Expectations from democracy also functions as the criteria for judging any democratic country. What is most distinctive about democracy is that its examination never gets over. As democracy passes one test, it produces another test. As people get some benefits of democracy, they ask for more and want to make democracy even better. That's why when we ask people about the way democracy functions, they will always come up with more expectations and many complaints. The fact that people are complaining is itself a testimony to the success of democracy. Most individuals today believe that their vote makes a difference to the way the government is run and to their own self interest. Dear viewers, these are the important concepts from the chapter Outcomes of Democracy. I hope you have understood the concepts. If you have any doubt, you can comment in the comment box. Thank you for watching. We'll meet you back in next video. Until then, bye.